All right, welcome everyone to the call tonight to learn a little bit more about what this is about essential oils and how you can be a part of this startup. So just so you all know, for the call tonight, I am recording this call because we've had so many requests for people who want to hear it recorded, so the time can work for anyone instead of these live ones. So you may be catching this call recorded, or you may be here live, and I want to welcome everyone either way how they're coming to us tonight for this call. Just so you know how it's going to work, the first half of the call is going to be a basic essential oil class. We do this because we lead with our product when it comes to this startup, and as you're about to learn, it's absolutely life-changing. And then the second half is going to be about the startup and how you can be a part of that to join in with this business and start creating your own business within this with little to no startup. So it's pretty exciting what we have planned for you tonight. But before we begin, again, I want you guys to find the chat box. I want to hear where you guys are from. I am learning as I work with more people from India, all the different regions. So type down in the chat box, even if you're on the recorded call, you can do this too. There's a chat there. Even if it's recorded or live, I get to see every single person's message who gets on. So I can always reply back to anyone personally. All right.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, and we have Rashmi with us. Hello, Rashmi.
Hi, you look very beautiful, Jewl, today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So good to see you. Let's see, we have some people from Kerala, saying from India, from Mumbai. Excellent. Well, you guys, wherever you're joining us from, I'm so glad that you're here. West Bengal, currently joining from Delhi. Are you there on vacation right now? Oh, excellent. That is one thing I absolutely love about technology, is that we can connect with each other from all different areas at one time. So I'm calling in from the US. I'm actually here in Florida. I'll be in Delhi next week, back in going to India for the first time. I'm extremely excited. So, studying visual arts. Well, excellent. Welcome to the call, you guys. So this is what you can expect tonight. I shared a little bit about it, but just so everyone's clear, the first part, we'll be discussing essential oils and how these are different from anything else on the market right now, because we're talking about medicinal grade essential oils for your health. And then the second half of the class, I'm going to be explaining how you can partner in on us. Just a little bit for those of you who are new to this, or maybe I haven't talked to yet. My name is Jewl Hinton, and I'm a wife, a mom of 3. I live in Florida, and I have a bachelor's degree in mass communications, and I am the owner of the Daily Drop Society. I have been a diamond with doTERRA for a few years now, and our team has led over 150,000 families to discover natural solutions for their health. And we're now I counted just 2 days ago, we are in over 50 countries worldwide on our team. And now we are just getting started in India. I don't know about you all, but the last 2 years have been very eye-opening, have they not? They have brought a lot of pain, they've brought a lot of growth. And I think something most everyone can agree on is that there's never been a more important time to be in control of your health, to feel like that you actually are a participating person in how healthy you feel. So I wanted to share with you my first aha moment when it came to essential oils, because I will be completely honest with you all. I'm quite an open book, and I will tell you like it is. When I was first introduced to essential oils, I wasn't into it. I have grew up with a very holistic mother, but then I had a father who was very Western medicine, and that's all he wanted to do. And it wasn't until I had my first son that I truly realized how powerful they were. Now, as a first-time parent, you are, what's the word for it? You are anxious about any little teeny thing your child gets. So what happened to me and my husband is that it was in the middle of the night, and we heard this Sealy-like cough. It was like a barking cough coming from our oldest son's room. and he was just a few months old. And we ran into his room, got him out of bed, and we could tell that he was struggling for breath. And we thought, okay, what do we do? Do we run him to the hospital? Is it nothing? We weren't sure. So I Googled it, which in hindsight, that's probably a terrible idea, because when you Google things, it's always the worst, right? But this ended up good. What it said is that this was something that if we brought him to the hospital to check on him, they would tell us to just monitor him until it got worse. So we thought, okay, we're not going to run out and do that, but what can we do in the meantime to make it so we can go back to sleep and feel comfortable? And that's when my husband remembered, didn't your mom give us that kit of essential oils for Christmas? Now, just a few months earlier, my mom had gifted us all a kit of essential oils, and we thought that she might be a little crazy. Okay, that sounds nice. We opened them up, we smelled them, we put them back in our medicine cabinet, and we never touched them again until that night. My husband found this bottle that you see in the middle of the screen. It was called Breathe. And this essential oil blend is especially made for the respiratory system. And he put some on my son's chest, and we wrapped him up in his blanket. And within a few minutes, he was able to catch his breath again, and the coughing settled in, and he was able to fall asleep again. And we kind of thought it was just a coincidence. We put him back in his bed. We put that same oil on him again in the morning because it seemed that it did something, right? We couldn't quite tell because we'd never studied it before. And by the next morning, nothing ever came of it. Nothing ever progressed till it got worse. And that is when we found out as a family that there was something to these essential oils. And there was something that if this truly did work, that everyone needed to know about this. Because what a difference it made in our family just in that one night. We've gone on to again and again and again have these essential oil experiences that make me think, was that a coincidence? But now that I'm fully integrated into this life, I've learned it's not a coincidence. It's anything but a coincidence. And in fact, it is all completely backed by science. Let me clear this really quick on our screen. Excellent. There we go. So what I want to share with you guys when it comes to these essential oils is now I want you to think of yourself. I want you to think where you are right now in your own health journey. And maybe it's not you. Maybe you're feeling fine right now, but maybe you have parents or siblings or close friends or coworkers that you know that they're struggling something in their health right now. What I want you to do is I want you to take out a piece of paper and a pen. You can do it on your phone if you want in the notes section, but I want you to just write down or think about 3 top health concerns. And as we go over this first part of the presentation, I want you to think maybe which essential oils could help with that. Oh, headache. Awesome. Awesome. Someone's writing on the screen that. Perfect. Would you write it down in the chat? That would be excellent. And we are going to get to headaches because that is a huge one that people go through. So go ahead and write that in the chat if you'd like to. And we're going to come back to it. Also, I have for you guys, as we get
really
going.
Sorry.
Oh, is someone
I'm really sorry. Yes, I had a question. I'm so sorry to interrupt. Please go ahead and I'll address it later.
Oh, okay. You're welcome to ask if you want to.
That's really kind of you. What I wanted to ask is, I have a family member who has been suffering from cancer. However, when it comes to recommending any kind of essential oil, I have no idea. I don't know how they work, what they do. So I would say I'm a layman when it comes to essential oils. So.
Oh, definitely. You know what? I would love to help you with that. And in fact, at the very end of this first section, so in the first 30 minutes, I'm going to give you guys a free gift. And what it is, it's an essential oil database where you can actually look up anything that they need help supporting their body with as they go through this. And it's going to tell you exactly which essential oils to use. So it's fantastic. It's one of my very favorite resources, and I want to share it with you guys. So I'll share it more towards the end as we go through it. But that's a fantastic question. We'll come back to this.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that very much.
Oh, thank you for asking. I love that. All right. So we have choices when it comes to our health, right? We get to make the decision. Do we want to go the modern approach, which is, truthfully, it's fantastic. And I want you guys to know as we talk about this, it's not saying that there's only room for one or the other. It's just that we have room for both, correct? So we have the modern approach. This is typically what I like to call the Band-Aid approach. It is designed to manage our symptoms. Typically, we do things that have an isolated synthetic agent that sometimes has a side effect. Sometimes we trade off how we're feeling for maybe another side effect because what we're feeling is so much worse. And what's fascinating is that 6.5 trillion a year is spent on global health care. But do we truly feel like we're any healthier and that we're getting healthier? Or there's the natural approach, and that's what we're talking about. This addresses the body's needs. These are all extracted from pure plants, nothing else, to enhance our wellness. What's incredible about them is that they're safe without side effects. So tonight, I'm going to talk to you guys about the 3 cool things about essential oils, and I'm going to give you a hint right now. Remember these 3 things, okay? 3 things. I know when you hear sometimes these presentations and webinars, there's so much information coming at you. I just want you to remember these 3 things. Now, the first thing about it, cool thing about essential oils is that they are safe. What we mean by this is that they're 100% natural with no side effects and no addictions to it, because these are extracted strictly from plants as Mother Nature intended them to be used. Now, what sets these essential oils apart from any others is that they have a standard on them called certified pure tested grade. Now, something that is really interesting is that 80% of the essential oils on the market today are adulterated, which means they're not pure, which means that people like to cut corners. They like to put fillers in them. They will even sometimes put a completely cheaper essential oil in them to be able to make a bigger profit and say there's something that they're not. And this is something that doTERRA has strictly decided we're going to make a standard then. We're going to make sure that we keep this high standard so you know when you use these oils for your health, they are the highest grade available. So I want to talk to you guys about peppermint. This essential oil is amazing at energizing, at opening up the airwaves. It helps cool the body down. Once I was out camping with some people, and one of the girls started to overheat from heat stroke because where I lived, it was so hot. And I remember grabbing that bottle of peppermint essential oil, putting it on the back of her neck. And within just a few minutes, her body temperature came down and she was able to catch her breath, be able to get some water in without being sick. It was incredible. This essential oil is also really great to help with head tension. So if you're used to getting those headaches that cross the top of your head onto your temples, you can use this essential oil to help take that tension right down. So the second cool thing about essential oils is that they are effective. And sometimes they're even more effective than a modern approach to health problems. And this is why. This, when I learned about essential oils, blew my mind. It was incredible. I want you to look here at this picture of a cell. Now, what essential oils can do that a lot of modern approaches can't do is that essential oils can actually penetrate that oily lipophilic membrane. So think about it. If you say you aren't feeling well and you go to the doctor and they say, there's nothing we can do, you need to go home and rest, drink water. That's because our modern approaches can't permeate that cell membrane, but essential oils can, which stops the production of that when we're not feeling well. Is that not absolutely incredible? So essential oil that does this, there's a blend called On Guard. It's specifically there to help our immune system. So over the last couple of days here in Florida, we have school is in, and for some reason, my kids pick up every bug. When school's in, do you guys ever feel that? You're around a big group of people and suddenly someone picks something up. We go straight to this blend. I put it on the back of their spine. I put it on the bottoms of their feet. I even take it internally I put 2 in my mouth because it helps with that immune function to keep it strong and in check. It also is really great for sore throats. You can put 2 drops in a little shot glass of water, gargle it and swallow, and it'll slowly numb that. It's also great for cleansing your hands or things around the home. You can make natural all-purpose cleaner for cents, very affordable to make your own. Kindly zoom the slide. Oh, I'm not able to with this one, but message me after and I can send you all of these slides so you can look over them all. I'm always happy to send any of these to people so they can dig into it and read more. So remind me to do that at the end and I'll send them to you. Now, the third cool thing about essential oils is that they're affordable. They're more affordable than traditional medical care because we're talking about pennies in the US, pennies per dose, but it'll save you hundreds of dollars a year on medical costs. We have found this true in our family, like that story I shared with you at the beginning. In the US, healthcare is wildly expensive and it can really put a family under, even if you have to go in for something small. And now I have found I get to be proactive in my healthcare. I get to, the moment we feel something come on, I can start using it. So right here, the bottle of lavender, you can see here that lavender is great for calming the mind. It's going to help you get a better night's sleep. So you can actually get into that REM sleep. So you feel more rested. So if that's something you struggle with, lavender is fantastic for that. It's also great for calming the skin. Now, Rashmi, do you have good service right now? I would love for you to share your story about using lavender on your arm.
Yes, I did had a very good experience about lavender. I got a small, burn while making chapatis, and I just applied that lavender oil on it. And within like 1 hour, the pain went away completely. I got that soothing effect of the oil. And even the marks, it completely, I don't know if you can see this. One second, I'll just show you. Uh, can you see a slight, no, it's just nearby the bangle. You can see this. Can you see this? It's a mark. Can you see? Wait, 1 second. It's a slight mark that you can see here. See?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. So because I rubbed my arm against the cooker, me and my mom were cooking together. So it's just gone. No blisters, no no scars. It's just going off. And this is not the first experience. Let me tell you, I more often cook, and it's like a daily kind of experience. Earlier, I used to aloe vera gel. Somebody told me put water. Somebody told me not to put water because these things. But lavender works. It's really every kind of flavor it is.
Okay.
Rashmi, can you tell me the name of the oil? You said lavender oil. Which lavender oil you put, Rashmi?
Lavender oil. It's doTERRA's lavender oil.
doTERRA's. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, we will send you the link. Yeah, we will send you the link and you can order it through the link. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Can I know your name?
Yeah, I am Anuja.
Okay. Yes, no problem. We have noted it down.
Excellent. Thank you, Rashmi, for sharing that. I think it's so powerful to hear other stories about how people are using those essential oils so you can see how incredible they are. So I have a question for you in the chat right now. If you could, do you remember, I kind of mentioned, remember those 3 cool things about essential oils? Who can write them in the chat right now? Who remembers what were the 3 cool things about essential oils? Do you remember what they are at all? aroma, smoothness, inexpensive, safe, natural. Excellent. Natural. Yes, they are. Herbal, affordable. Yep. Perfect, you guys. Thank you for that. Effective, safe, and affordable, because we're talking about just a few drops is all you need. The reason why you only need a few drops is because these essential oils are so strong. So why does quality matter? And this is why these essential oils are so powerful, is because doTERRA goes through 8 rigorous tests with every single batch of essential oil, and they do these multiple times to be able to ensure that they're able to do that. So right here, you can kind of see you have synthetic oils, food, therapeutic, and then certified pure tested grade. And that's the difference of doTERRA. These essential oils are sourced from all over the world, where they have the highest chemical constituents to them. So a website I want to highlight for you guys, it's down here at the bottom. It's called source2u.com. And if someone wants to write that in the chat, they're welcome to. That way you can just copy and paste it, and I'll even just write it in right now. Source2u.com. This explained and goes through the stories of doTERRA essential oils and why they're so different, why they are partnering with farmers to help these small farmers be able to produce the highest quality essential oils in the world. And it's incredible to see that it's not just having the best essential oil, it's helping everyone along the way, humanitarian wise, to get to there. And doTERRA does it better than any other company out there. So really quick, we're gonna move into the 3 ways to use essential oils. So again, I want you to remember these 3 ways, because I could be asking you again. So be ready for it. So the first way you can use an essential oil is aromatically. This essentially means just to breathe it in. This can affect your mood, it can cleanse the air, and it supports the respiratory system. What's incredible is that science is showing that with just the smell, as it goes into your nose, up into this bulb right here in your nose, it actually connects to the hypothalamus, which secretes different hormones. That an essential oil can actually have that big of an effect on your mood and even on your physical well-being. Right here, you see wild orange essential oil. This one is great for helping maintain a positive mood. This helps with invigorating, it's energizing. And if you have anyone who maybe sometimes gets into the blues, maybe they feel a little bit down, using this essential oil can help pick that mood up right away, because it helps react within your brain just by breathing it in. Now, the other essential oil I have on this slide is the one I talked about at the very beginning. Breathe essential oil. It helps with the lungs, with the sinuses. It promotes clear breathing, and it helps a lot if you're stuck in places that maybe have a little bit poor air quality. This is something that you could diffuse into the air to help cleanse that air and make it so it stays well. I also know a lot of people who like to use it for things even like snoring to help with that. Now, the second way we use essential oils is topically. Topically is to use it on the skin. This is going to give you localized benefits. And it's best when you dilute it with something like a coconut oil. In doTERRA, we like to use a fractionated coconut oil because it always stays as a liquid state. But really, you can use any carrier oil. Essential oils that you would use on localized benefit would help with things like pain. It's going to help with your skin. If you suffer from acne, scarring, want more even skin tone, it helps with anti-aging. So wrinkles, making your skin look fresh and clear. It can also help with things like digestion and inflammation. So you see here at the bottom, we have one highlighted that's called Deep Blue. This essential oil is fantastic for your joints. It soothes achy muscles. It even helps with head tension also. So all you would do, say your hands are sore and they hurt from working, or maybe you have some arthritis that's kind of flaring up. You can take a drop or 2 of this and massage it into the joints and just help support those muscles. Digest then is the other oil highlighted on this slide. And this one is great if you get upset stomachs. So if by chance a food is not agreeing with you, or you have inflammation in that area, Digestin is going to be fantastic of just putting 1 drop on your stomach and rubbing in clockwise with your intestines. And I have to admit, this essential oil to me is kind of like my secret weapon. I obviously use it on myself, but I also use it on my children all the time, because when they have an upset stomach, the world ends, right? Their stomach hurts and they won't do anything and they just want to moan and complain. And it has been incredible. I take this essential oil, put 1 drop on their stomach, rub it around, and within 60 seconds, their stomach calms down. It stops cramping up. And I love this essential oil for that. Now, the third way you use essential oils is internally. Now, this is very specific to doTERRA only. I do not want you just going out to the market, buying an essential oil and putting some drops in your mouth. You have to verify that this essential oil is completely pure and that it's made for this. So that is a very important part. Please don't do this with any essential oil. It needs to be a company that backs up that these are medicinal grade essential oils. Now, the first way you can do it is that you can put a few drops in your water. You can also put them in an empty veggie capsule. So you know those pill caps that come empty? You can put a few drops into that, or you can place it under your tongue. So lemon essential oil is a great way to use it internally. Not only can lemon oil clean surfaces, you can also make household cleaners out of it, but it's also cleansing for the body. Think when you wake up in the morning, adding 1 or 2 drops of lemon essential oil to just gently wake up your digestive system and flush everything out that you had been sitting with your body all night, and help your body help flush that out. Lemon is also really great for a positive mood. It's light, it's bright, and it smells incredible. Another one is frankincense. Now, this helps your cells perform optimally. All you do is you put 2 drops underneath your tongue. It can help when you're having anxious feelings. It helps with skin imperfections, and it also creates healthy inflammation in the body. So if you think of things get a little stiff and creaky as we get older, frankincense can help with that. Just 2 drops under your tongue every day. Okay, in the chat, one more time. Who can tell me the 3 ways to use essential oils? Let's see if you guys remembered. It was going to come up again, right? The 3 ways. Ooh, and you were ready for it? Okay. Automatically, aromatically. I think that's what you mean. Topically and internally, use in a steam. Aromatically, topically, internally, says Rashmi Chitra. Kinda. Excellent. Oh, you guys. That is my round of applause for you. I should have had my little sound bite. Thank you. Oh, you guys are fantastic. I love it. And I hope you're learning something from this. Okay, I want to come back to you. Maybe, as we were talking today, maybe one of your health concerns popped up and you thought, I want to try that essential oil. I want to use Deep Blue to help when my muscles or my joints feel stiff, or maybe something else came up for you. But if not, and you want to dig into this deeper, this is the gift I have for you guys tonight. I want you to write down this website, and I'm going to put it in the chat also, so you can just copy and paste it. This is a website that is actually a database of essential oils, because I know some of you had so many other questions, and you might be dealing with something that we didn't mention tonight. The things I mentioned tonight were very surface level. It goes so much deeper. And I want you guys to see that this website looks just like this. So when you log into the website, it's all in alphabetical order, and you can choose what you maybe want to work on. Now, you'll just click on the purple bars and it's going to drop down which essential oils it recommends. Now, when it recommends an essential oil, it doesn't mean you have to use all of those oils. It just means to start with one and see what works with your body's chemistry. We're all so different, and what essential oil might work for me may not be the same for you. With something like it comes to head tension, sometimes you have head tension because you're dehydrated, you're stressed. Maybe it's an ocular head tension. Maybe it's one that comes from the shoulders. And so different essential oils are going to help with different ones. And this is a database where you can look them all up to see. Now, just so you know, this is a third-party website. This is not affiliated with us or our group, but I find it such an incredible gift to use anytime I need to know more about those essential oils. So really quick to end. For any of you that are just here for the essential oil education, there are 3 ways to get these oils, because now we are available in all of India. We actually ship everywhere in India, and they even tested it even to the far corners of villages that are hard to get to. In under 7 days, people get their oils. Typically it's 3 to 4 days, which, oh my goodness, I found so impressive that shipping works so well. But there's 3 ways to purchase. The first way is retail. This is something.
It's also very smooth.
Is it
The
smooth?
shipping
Right?
is very, very smooth. Yeah.
I love that.
Got the products like very smoothly.
I love that so much. I have been so impressed with how quickly it has gone there. So the first way to order is retail. Retail price is full MRP. This is typically what people do at doctor's offices. This is what they do in doctors, spas, Ayurvedic medicine places. Maybe you have a place that you're thinking, I kind of want it on the shelf there. That would be retail pricing. Now, typically though, I help people with wholesale pricing. This, to open up a wholesale account with doTERRA India, it's absolutely free. And you get 25% off all of the products you want. Now, there are no purchase requirements with these accounts. They are completely no strings attached. You can order as much or as little as you want on these accounts. So it makes so much sense to do that. Unusual. Oh, perfect. What is the price and the cost? Excellent. I'll get to that in just a minute. And also for anyone who wants it, I can send you an individual price list if you just want individual oils. So the third way is below wholesale. This is actually starting with a kit of essential oils. So when you have that upset stomach, when you all of a sudden wake up and you feel like something's coming on, you have the top 10 essential oils you need to get started. That would be our discounted starter kits, which is below wholesale, because you're actually getting them for even cheaper than what you could individually. Now, these are our below wholesale starter kits. And there's kind of something for everyone here, wherever you see what works for you. Now, our very top kit is the Home Essential Kit that you can see there. It comes with the top 10 essential oils we talked about tonight, also a diffuser. The next one down are the same top 10 essential oils in the Healthy Experience Kit, but they're 3 times as small, and you can purchase that with a diffuser or without a diffuser. The next one down is the Simple Starter Kit. I personally really love this kit. It's the top 5 essential oils in the larger size at a little bit more affordable price range. And then you have the introduction kit. Say you just wanted to try out a few. Maybe you're like me when you started and you're a little bit skeptical and you want to just see if this could make all the difference. I want to invite you to look at the introduction kit that has lemon, lavender, and peppermint in the smaller, which is going to be more of something like a sample. Will you provide samples of these oils? We actually, I know this is kind of hard for most people, but we have our warehouse and our head office in Mumbai. So if anyone lives around that area, you can go there, sample all the oils, smell them, try them. There's also conference meeting centers in there where you can go for classes, but that is the best way to sample them. Otherwise, I suggest the introduction kit to really start learning about them. Now, the next thing, we work with 3 kinds of people. This is what makes doTERRA so different. We have the first kind of people. Maybe you just want to use the essential oils to have more health. Awesome. We can help you with that. We actually have programs that teach you just how to use the oils. Maybe the second kind of person that we work with is someone who wants to share them. Sometimes when you find something that works for your head tension, you can't help but share it with your sister, your mom, your friend. And doTERRA actually can help you get your product for free for referring people. Or there's the route of becoming a partner. And this is the option of start doing this as a startup where you would work with me and Rashmi and our team individually to start creating your own business. What I want to do is that if you feel like you fall into the sharing or the partner, stay on for the next half of the webinar as we go over how to do this business with doTERRA and the compensation plan. So really quick, does anyone have any questions before we go on to the next half to learn about the business and the startup? Okay, just make sure you can pop them into the chat box, any questions that you may have. And again, once we get to the end of the webinar, I'm sure there'll be questions about the business half of it. I'll turn off the recording and then you guys can, I'll unmute everyone and you can share any questions you have. You can stay muted, that's fine too, not a big deal. You can just listen in if you want, but make sure you save those questions and we'll get into that. So we're gonna jump in to the business overview. Now that you know about these essential oils, now that you know why so easily doTERRA became the biggest essential oil company in the world in such a small amount of time because of the quality that they're giving. Now I want to share with you guys where you can partner in on that. And to start with this, I wanted to share the story about the man who hauled buckets for a living. So there was a man who lived in a village, and every single day he would take his 2 buckets and he would walk a few miles down to the cleanest water source. He'd fill up those buckets and walk them back to his village and sell those buckets of water. And as many times as he was able to do this, he was able to make a good living. But he found something out. If there was ever a day that he was sick and couldn't go haul buckets, if there was ever a day he needed to be with his family members, if there was ever a day he just felt tired and needed to take a break, he couldn't, because he had to haul those buckets to make a living. So what he decided to do one day is that he was going to go down to that cleanest water source and he was going to start digging a pipeline back up to his village. And it took him a few years. And once the pipeline was able to get there, he was able to turn on the spigot and the water was fresher and it's cleaner and he could have that water anytime that he needed. I want to ask you guys, what do you feel like you're doing right now in your life? Do you feel like you're hauling buckets? Do you feel like every single day you are trading your hours for dollar? Maybe you feel like you have a limit on how much you can make or your earnings, or you're limited to your time freedom, or that you're building someone else's dreams. Or are you building a pipeline with that extra time? We're talking about true lasting residual income in a business that has no limits on advancements or earnings, where you get to choose your schedule because you're building your own dreams with this. This is for you. So I have a confession to make. I used to haul buckets for a living. So I was a wedding planner in the western half of the United States, and I absolutely loved it. But there are a few things I found out, and maybe you guys can relate to this. I mean, type in the chat if you've ever felt this way before. I had found that I did not have enough hours in the day to physically earn any more. I couldn't take on any more weddings. I had found that I was limited on the amount of time I got to spend with my family. Weddings are typically in the US on weekends. I was busy every single weekend. I'll never forget having a newborn baby. I think she was about 5 or 6 weeks at that point, and I had to hire a nanny to come with me to a wedding that would hold my newborn baby in the back. So between breaks, I could run back into the back, take care of my baby, hand it back to the nanny, and run out to the front and pretend like nothing happened, and you keep conducting a wedding. And I'll never forget thinking, this isn't the freedom I wanted. This isn't the freedom I expected to happen in my life by owning my business. I needed something that was a pipeline, something with consumable products that people fall in love with, that kept ordering and ordering again. And this is when someone introduced me to the idea of doTERRA. I was introduced actually on a vacation. I had my wedding planning business and I thought, no, I'm good. But as I heard more, and as I saw people around me start to be successful at it, I thought, well, why can't that be me? Well, why couldn't I do that? And I'm telling you guys this now, I'm not the best at sales. I'm not the best at doing anything like that. But the one thing is I have such belief in this product that surprisingly, it became easy to start sharing with people. Now, doTERRA was founded back in 2008 with the mission to bring the highest quality of essential oils to the world. In that short amount of time, they were named the largest essential oil company. And they support everything from physical to emotional health, which is something we all need right now. So why doTERRA? Why would you want to partner with this company over anyone else? I want to tell you guys, doTERRA's essential oils are 98% exclusive, meaning when someone says they have an essential oil, it's like doTERRA, right? It's not. 98% of the farmers that we work with in doTERRA are exclusive to us because we offer this high grade medicinal essential oil. We also have a 65% retention rate. That means the people who come back and reorder again and again and again. Industry average is 8 to 10%. This blows it out of the water because these products are life changing and they're easy to share. That's why we have so many medical partnerships all over. Now, why India? Why India? Why now? I want you guys to know this isn't some doTERRA just thought, oh, this is a good idea. We should open in India. They have been working on this for years. In fact, they wanted to make sure that they did everything right by the Indian government, because when doTERRA goes into a country, they stay in that country. So I want you to look over to the North America. You can see that the US is a 1 billion USD company, or 100 crores. You can look over to China. China's the same. We're a 1 billion USD or 100 crore company. Right here, I have in the middle, India. With India's population, their openness to natural remedies, they are projecting India to be just as big, if not bigger, than the US and Canada. So I want you to imagine what that means. What that means is that in the next couple of years, this name of doTERRA is going to be a household name. It's going to be something that people are familiar with, that they will have heard about, that they will have seen, and you get to hear about it right now before that happens. So these are the average earnings of doTERRA leaders worldwide. And I want you to look at this little chart, kind of as it's stepping up to the different amounts people make monthly. Now, just so you know, some people earn less than this when they get to these leadership positions. Some people earn more than this. This is just an average worldwide. And what makes the difference is the time that you've been working on this. But we're going to come back to this slide. But as we're looking at it, I want you to think, what would create the biggest change for you and your family? What would be life-changing for you? For some people, it's hitting that first of elite. To have 27,000 extra rupees a month would change their life. For some people, they see this and they go straight up to presidential diamond. And they think 7.9 million rupees a month, that's where I want to be. And I want you guys to think, where does this sit for you? As I explain the 5 ways that you get paid in doTERRA and how you can get to that certain monthly amount. Now, the first way you get paid in doTERRA is retail profit. That is taking a bottle of essential oil and selling it to someone else for a 25% markup. Now, this is typically best done in a retail setting. So on a shelf, if you have a spa, a yoga studio, a doctor's office, this is a great way to do it. But there is a better way. I'm going to show you guys right here. Number 2, second way you get paid, it is the sharing bonus. Now, when someone new signs up for a free wholesale account with doTERRA India, you make still 25% of everything that they order, and the person who helped you sign up makes 10% because you'll be working together as a team. Now, these wholesale accounts, like I mentioned earlier, they're absolutely free. And by helping other people be empowered to get 25% off, you still make 25. This is paid every single week, direct deposited into your account with doTERRA. So this is the idea with number 2 way you get paid. This is how you start to build your pipeline. You can sell a bottle of essential oil at retail and make a 25% markup, or you can help someone sign up for a free wholesale account. They get 25% off all the products that they want. You still make 25% off from the sharing bonus. And now you have a customer for life. That means in 2 years from now, when someone falls in love with a bottle of lavender essential oil because it helped them sleep better, and they log in, say 9 months from now, to reorder that bottle of lavender essential oil, you will get credited for that sale again, because that person is always linked to you. And this is the idea of how a pipeline starts to get formed. Now, the third way you get paid in doTERRA is a power of 3 bonus. I want you to look at this as truly just a bonus. On top of everything else, you get paid. So when you are buying or selling 100 in product volume every single month, and you teach 3 people to do the same thing, doTERRA just gives you a $3,000 rupee bonus. Now, when you teach those 3 people to do the exact same thing you've just done, doTERRA pays you a $15,000 rupee bonus. And when you help those 9 people do the same thing, doTERRA gives you an $85,000 rupee bonus. And you can do this as many times as you want, just on top of everything else you're already making. Now, the fourth way you get paid is called unilevel. After the first 60 days, you then move on to just a flat percentage of what anyone orders anywhere with you, regardless if you sign them up or not. Anyone who is on your team, this gets paid every single month. Something important I want to point out to you guys is that you can see here when you get to levels 5, 6, and 7, doTERRA pays you the highest percentage when you get doing this business. That is typically where the most people in your team are going to sit. And doTERRA has chosen to pay you the highest amount on where you will have the most people. I love that they've done this. Other companies flip that. They pay you the highest percent on the top, where you typically have the least amount of people. But that's not how this is set up. You get paid the most on the most. Now, the fifth way you get paid is the leadership pool. I want you to think of this like owning a share in the company. When you start making certain leadership ranks, doTERRA takes a percentage of how well the company does worldwide and gives you a percentage of that split between everyone else at that certain leadership rank. So you saw already the US is 100 crores, China is 100 crores. We have countries all over the world, and you get a percentage of that already right out of the gate because they're going. So you make a percentage of that, which is incredible. So that is our leadership pools. Now, we do actually have one more way you get paid. I said 5, but for you on this call, you actually have a 6th way. And it's unique to only India right now. It's called the Founders Club. Now, the Founders Club is the first 40 people who reach the leadership rank of gold in doTERRA will split a percentage of the company's sales in that country for life, as long as they maintain that goal. So can you guys imagine even sharing 1% between 40 people of what could be potentially, 100 crores like the US does is life-changing. It's absolutely incredible. 90% of your volume, so 90% of your sales do have to be in India because it's helping things open and get started in India. And being a founder means that you're willing to support doTERRA as it grows in a new country. That means you're going to be willing to give feedback. If there's any issues with the website, you're there to help them grow. If you see a problem with shipping getting to people, we help let doTERRA know these things because we want this company to run so smoothly and to become an educator, that it's a household name. I love this picture. It's kind of in purple, but if you can see at the bottom, that's actually Rashmi there. She is teaching at the headquarters in Mumbai. Rashmi's a fantastic teacher, and she teaches our classes in Hindi. So if you ever want to attend one of those classes, let us know. She does a phenomenal job at it. So now that you guys know a little bit about how you get paid, I want you to look at this chart one more time. Where do you want to be? What would make the biggest difference to you? You can see right here, I have put India Fando with an arrow down at gold. And really quickly, I just want to share with you, how do you get to there? All of this is brand new. How would you even get to gold? If you guys can see here, a gold, what they make average monthly, there it is in rupees. And you can see that it takes 3 letter P's to get there. What I want you to do, so I want you to jump down to where you see that P in orange where it says Premier. So jump down 2 spots and you can see that it takes 2 people that are doing 2,000 a month in product volume. And that is average what those people make. So you can see how every rank on doTERRA builds upon the next. Tell me this, do you think that you can help 3 people become more financially free? Do you think that you could help educate and teach people enough to get to there? How phenomenal is that? And I want you to look here, even if you look down at the E. The E, you jump up 2 spots and you can see what it means to be a silver. To be a silver, you can jump up again and see what it means to be a platinum. So you guys can use this kind of as a tool and a key to be able to know what each leadership rank means and what difference it could make for you and how you can get there. So how do you start a doTERRA business? There are 3 steps that you have to take. Number 1, get your free account. Rashmi says, my goal is presidential diamond. Rashmi, I love that. Oh my goodness, nothing would make me happier than that. Oh, so what I want you guys to do right now, the person who sent you this webinar, I want you to message them right now. Tell them you want your free account. They're going to send you a link that is unique. It's a unique link that will give you that free account. Make sure you message them directly. Now, what it's going to ask for when you sign up, it's going to ask for your first name, your last name, your address, your email, your phone number, and it's going to ask for your Aadhaar number. This part's important. They have to make sure that you are a real person. Your address on your Aadhaar card and your physical address that you put in have to match. The reason doTERRA does this is because they have to make sure that they stay in line and in compliance with the Indian government. I never see any of that information. It all stays encrypted with doTERRA. So that is important. Everything else is optional. Your PAN ID, your food handler's permit, your goods and services, all optional. And you can add those later as you get going in the business if you see an advantage to having those there. Now, the second thing you need to do, you need to choose your oils. So what you want to do when you choose your oils, what do you want to use? Maybe it's for your own health. Maybe you just want a set of essential oils to start trying. The biggest thing about making sure you get your own set of essential oils is because I will tell you this right now, if you are not authentic, you're not going to go anywhere. If you haven't used these oils, if you haven't experienced how life-changing you are, how can you ever go to someone else and tell them that they need to use them and that they are going to change their lives? You have to know about the product and you have to come from a place from authenticity. People know. People can tell from a mile away if you're not authentic about it. And the only way to do that is trying these oils. Now, these are the ones that I suggest if you're going to do a business, because this is going to give you a good base to really learn how to use them. Now, you don't have to buy any oils to get an account, or maybe you just want to start with one. Maybe you just wanted to start with the one to help with muscles and joints. Maybe you just wanted to start with one to help with head tension. Whatever it may be, you get to choose. Like we said, this is your own business. You get to choose. Now, there is something exciting for you to see is right here, we have a start kit. And we've come up with a program that you can actually get a kit of oils for free. And it makes these bottle of essential oils a little bit more affordable for people to try out when they start. If you get the simple starter kit and you put in 3 sample vials, sets that you can fill up yourself, when you sell 35 mini bottles, you actually pay for your starter kit completely for free, and you still have half of all the bottles left. Now, this is just one strategy to help you get your kit for free. And you can see these are the prices on the side of selling one of the mini bottles. It'd be 290 rupees, 155 rupees. Now, maybe this is something that interests you. Maybe you think, I could do that. I could sell 35 bottles of these and let people experience them. Let us know. We want to help you with this strategy if this is the way that you want to go with it. And again, it's completely up to you. It's your business. Now, the third thing, invite others to learn about this. This is why it's so important that your community matters. And we are here to help you get to whatever your goal may be. We have these team calls every Monday and every Thursday that you can invite other people to. You can create a customizable website with doTERRA that's completely free. When you sign in, you get this website and you can upload your picture, your personal information, and look professional right out of the gate. We have WhatsApp groups that you can collaborate with other people there in India. We have a 4-week mentorship program that teaches you about the business and everything you need to know in 4 weeks. You can be up and running and know everything. We also have corporate in trainings and direct access to us as your mentors. You actually get direct access to me, to all of our leaders, where you can message us personally as you get going in this business. So really quick to recap, 3 steps to get started. Sign up with your free account, message the person right now to get your unique link to be able to sign up. Number 2, pick what essential oils you want to start with. Use that free gift I gave you at the beginning to look up what essential oils that you need for your health or your family's health. And number 3, invite other people to this community to keep learning more. Sampurna says, I found it on social media, so I am just going to ask you. That made me laugh. Thank you. Yes. Message me on social media. That gets so messy on there. I would love to talk to you more about it. Nivedis says, perfect. I feel they are on the pricier side, at least in India. I think the difference comes into place when you find out that there are 250 drops per bottle and you need 1 or 2 drops because they are so potent. And that's going to be the biggest thing about educating in India, is letting people know they are more concentrated. They are stronger than almost anything out there, that you need so much less of it. And that's what makes them this high quality essential oil. So that's a perfect question. And yeah, let's talk about it more. So I want to ask all you here, how far could doTERRA take you in achieving your dreams? What have you always wanted to do that you've maybe been holding back on? Maybe you've always thought, when I do this, I'll be able to do this. Could this be the reason why you found this webinar today? Could this reason be why you came here to listen to more? Could this be the vehicle that you've been looking for to be able to get there? I want to share with you guys in ending what this pipeline means to me, and then I will open it up for any questions, because we are hitting right about at that hour mark, and I like to make sure we end right on that hour. This is a picture that says then of my youngest. This is my son, my 3rd child, and he decided he wanted to come into the world early. It was a month before his due date when my water broke in a parking lot with little kids with me, and I put them back into the car. I dropped them off at the grandparents' house and went and checked into the hospital. And when he was born, his lungs hadn't fully formed yet. So what happened is that they needed to keep him in something called the NICU, the Neo Intensive Care Unit is what it's called in the US. Now, this in the US is wildly expensive. And most people who have to check in and do things here usually go into big financial debt unless they have insurance. Now, me and my husband were both in sales. My husband had and worked at a car dealership. I had a wedding planning business, and a few years earlier had been building my pipeline with doTERRA. So we were there for just under 2 weeks in the NICU with our baby. Right as soon as we got out, we fell into Christmas time in the US. And in the Christmas time in the US, everything ends. Everyone goes on vacation. Things kind of freeze up, and there is no work to have. Now, me and my husband in sales, we came from the hospital, then we move into a period that I've just had a baby. We can't go out and make sales during Christmas. People don't do that in the US. And we could have been sunk. We could have had so much medical debt, but I will never forget, that is the first month ever in our doTERRA business that we had hit $1 million in product volume in sales in our business. And we were able to pay off that medical debt. And we were able to be just fine that month, that when we needed this pipeline in our life, because we were in the hospital that month, it was there for us. And this is what I want for each one of you. I want each one of you to feel what it's like to have a pipeline that when you need it, it's there for you. To feel that financial success, and to also not only that, but lifting others to join with you to be able to achieve that. I will forever be grateful for our team that stepped up for us when we needed them most. I want to ask you guys, a year from now, you will have wished you had started today. There's a quote I put on my phone when I first started doTERRA. I knew that it was going to be challenging and I needed it on my phone. So when I had good days, bad days, whatever it was, I knew that if I just kept forward, I would be so grateful that I had at least gotten started. So I want to thank you guys for being on. I'm going to stop our recording, open up the microphone, and let's just go over any questions you guys have. If you're catching the recording of this, thank you guys for being on. Again, any questions that you put in the chat, I will get an email personally that those came in. So put any questions you have in the chat box and I will email you or write you back personally. And thank you for being on.